Ever find yourself wishing you could like reach through the screen and pull those online shoppers into your store, you know? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. How to get
Yeah.
people to ditch the digital and embrace the brick and mortar experience.
And it is interesting, isn't it? Because you'd think with the popularity of online shopping, physical stores would be, well, a dying breed.
Hmm.
But these sources we're looking at today, they actually paint a pretty optimistic picture.
Totally. We've got this Forbes piece. It's like a cheat sheet right from the mouths of experienced business owners. Straightforward, actionable advice.
Hmm.
And then there's Muon Marketing. They've put together this like almost like a masterclass in attracting foot traffic.
What I find fascinating is how both sources, even though they come at it from different angles, they both agree on one thing. It's not just about getting someone to buy something once. It's about building a brand that keeps people coming back.
Which brings us to our first big takeaway. It's got to be more than just a transaction. It's about the experience.
Absolutely. Muon really dives deep into this whole idea of personalized interaction and how it builds customer loyalty. Like even just remembering a customer's name or their favorite product, it creates this level of trust that you just can't replicate online.
It's that feeling when you go to your regular coffee shop and the barista knows your order without you having to say a word, right?
Exactly. It makes you feel valued, like you belong.
Makes all the difference.
And Forbes, they highlight this with, they talk about personalized service. So think personal stylists in clothing stores or those loyalty programs with, the tailored rewards and stuff. They even suggest offering in-store appointments to give people a truly personalized experience.
Because in a world of like generic online shopping carts, those personal touches, they really stand out.
Right.
But here's the thing. It's not like we're ditching the digital world entirely. In fact, both sources actually say it can be a really powerful tool.
Absolutely. Muon, especially, they're big on local SEO. Like really break it down. Claim your Google My Business listing. Get listed in all those online directories for your area. Encourage those customer reviews. It's like leaving a trail of breadcrumbs that leads people straight to your door.
And it's not just about being found, it's about actually engaging with people online.
Yeah.
Both sources are all about using social media strategically.
Yeah, it's not enough to just like post a picture of your storefront and call it a day.
Right.
Forbes, they had this great tip offering in-store promotions exclusively for your social media followers.
I like that.
Yeah, it's that fear of missing out, right? Gets people off their phones and out the door.
Totally. It's that I gotta be in the know
Mhm.
feeling. But even with the best online presence, we still need to actually make the physical store itself a destination.
Right, and Muon has some really cool ideas about that. They actually go beyond just like make it memorable and talk about creating a whole sensory experience. Like what kind of music are you playing? Is the lighting invite? Do you have a signature scent? It's about engaging all the senses.
It's like, why just grab a coffee when you can have a whole coffee break experience, right?
Yeah, exactly. And Forbes takes that whole experience thing even further. They're talking about like actually hosting events,
Yeah.
workshops, classes, maybe even teaming up with other businesses in the area to create like a whole themed shopping event.
Okay, so picture this. You're walking past a bookstore, but instead of just, the usual quiet browsing, there's a local author doing a reading, people are hanging out and chatting, maybe there's even some music. Suddenly, it's not just a store, it's an event.
It's all about creating that buzz,
Mm.
right? Both online and offline. Speaking of, remember we were talking about local SEO earlier.
Yeah.
We want to have that great example of a bookstore partnering up with local artists to do open mic nights.
Oh, yeah.
They promote it like crazy on social media. It pops up in all those online local event listings, and boom. It's not even really about selling books directly at that point. It's about making the store a place where people want to be, a community hub.
And that kind of energy, it's contagious, right? People
Mm.
tell their friends, they share it online, and suddenly everyone feels like they're missing out if they don't check it out.
Exactly. And those are the kinds of experiences that people remember long after they've, left the store and gone home. It all comes back to building those personal connections like we were talking about before.
Okay, I'm with you on the power of experiences, but what about those smaller interactions? The everyday stuff. Does that really make a difference?
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes it's the little things that have the biggest impact. Like imagine you sign up for the email list at your favorite local boutique because, hey, birthday month discount, right?
Always a plus.
Right. But then, out of the blue, you get this email on a random Tuesday inviting you to this special preview night just for loyal customers, a sneak peek at the new collection.
Now, that's how you make someone feel special, like they're part of an exclusive club. It's
Yeah.
that same fear of missing out, but on a more individual level.
And it all ties back into this idea of community. Both Forbes and Muon, they talk about how important it is to build a sense of community around your brand,
Mm.
but they don't always spell out exactly what that looks like.
Which is interesting, right? Because community, that can mean something different for every business. So, like, where do we even start to figure out what that means for us? It's like that whole community thing, that's the secret sauce that brings it all together, right? The
Yeah.
events, the personalized service, even how you use social media.
It really is. It ties everything together, doesn't it? And I
Yeah.
think that's what's so great about all of this. It's not like a rigid formula where you just, check off the boxes. It's about really understanding the ideas behind it all and then figuring out how they work for you.
So instead of just do this, then this, it's more like asking yourself, okay, what is it that makes my business special? What kind of experience do I want people to have when they walk through the door? What does community even mean when it comes to my business?
Exactly. It's about finding your own groove, your own way of doing things. Because really, when you get down to it, what matters is making that connection.
Because anyone can sell a product, right?
Right. But people go out of their way to support businesses they feel connected to, the
Yeah.
ones that feel like a part of their community.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I think that's the question I want to leave you with. What does it look like to build that genuine connection with your customers? What does community mean for your business?
It's a question worth thinking about because, the answer might surprise you. And it just might be the key to unlocking a whole new level of success for your business.